Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Motorsports Radio as we recap the Xfinity Series opener from Daytona. This is the Motorsports Radio breakdown. It was the PowerShares QQQ 300, 120 laps. Stage 1 was 30 laps. Stage 2, 30 laps. Stage 3 was 60. Oh, no, wait a minute. The first race of the NASCAR Xfinity Series, I can't read this, where the rookies get to race the Cup drivers. Brett Keselowski amongst the Cup drivers on Saturday, including also new Cup driver Erik Jones in the number 20, Keselowski in the 22 car, and Daniel Suarez, the Xfinity Series champion of 2016. He was driving the 18 car on Saturday. Pole sitter on Saturday was Brandon Jones in the 33 Chevy. Ryan Reed started in second in the number 16 car. The 33 and the 16 making up row 1. Brennan Poole in the 48 started in third. A Ford Chevy top 3. Green flag in the air, and the Xfinity Series season opener is underway on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in the Sunshine State. And with the new NASCAR format, the green flag also marks the beginning of Stage 1. 1 of 3. Double file restrictor plate racing. Keselowski at lap 2 brings the double 2 to the front of the field to become the new race leader. Top 3, lap 3, Keselowski, Casey Kane, and Ryan Reed. The 22, 88, and the 16, Keselowski riding at 191 miles per hour. And then just 4 laps in caution number 1. This was for fluid on the track, according to officials. Possible fluid. I think it was the 8 or the 99 car, but I think it was the 99 car. Double 9 driven by David Starr, who was running 39th at the time. Driver of the number 8 had to restart in the rear for a pit road penalty for driving through too many pit stalls. Also, the 90 speeding on pit road, 8 Jeff Green, the 90 Mario Jocelyn. Keselowski, Kane, and Ryan Reed remain in the top 3 going into this restart at lap 9. And then at lap 9, the 44 car rubbing the outside wall, turn 2. The field heading to the start-finish line. No caution came out, so we would stay green. The 44 car driven by Benny Gordon. And now we get to lap 10 with a new race leader, Casey Kane. Keselowski drops down to 10th. A victim of a 3 wide, but then we get to lap 11 with yet another new leader, Elliott Sadler, driver of the number 1 Chevrolet, up front at 191.771 miles per hour. Brandon Jones gets back to the top 3, running second. Casey Kane down to third. And the delta just tenths of a second between these drivers. Typical restrictor plate racing. Top 3, lap 15. Elliott Sadler, Brandon Jones up in second, and running third, Daniel Hemrick. First Xfinity Series career start for Daniel Hemrick, originally from the Camping World Truck Series. Hemrick was driving the 21 car on Saturday. So the 1:33:21 top 3 as we cross the halfway mark of stage number 1. Casey Kane drops down to 6, and then we get caution number 2, lap 18. Then the number 40 goes spinning, entering the tri-oval area. This brings out the second caution, and then the 40 driven by Brandon Hightower, getting loose coming off turn 4. Turn 4, trouble spot at Daytona during the day. Erik Jones leading the field into the restart lap 23, and a no blink one, a big one right here. This is bringing out caution number 3, lap 23. And this was an incident on the backstretch, a multi-car incident here. The 22 to the 00, the 24 and the 42, and this is how it all started. The 24 gets into the rear of the 42, and this started a chain reaction. A bunch of others get collected. The 24, Scott Lagasse Jr., the 42, Tyler Reddick. 23 also involved in this one. So it was Keselowski, Austin Dillon, Cole Custer, 22 in the 00. Spencer Gallagher in the 23. The 0 of Garrett Smithley and Ray Black Jr., the 07, to name a few. There was 18 cars involved in this one. NASCAR throws out the red flag out, and then a major cleanup needed for this one, over a 15-minute red flag, and then we get back to yellow. Some other cars involved here. Erik Jones was driving the 20, and then had the TV interview there. 62, Brandon Golan, Blake Koch in the 11, J.J. Ellis 14, and Michael Annett in the number 5. As we go back to green at lap 28, last 2 laps of stage 1 now. Elliott Sadler still in front, Casey second, Brandon Poole third. And then as we get to lap 21, another big one, man. And here it is, question number 4, Daniel Suarez, man, a victim here. A bunch of cars got loose and into the wall. This time the 21. gets loose and gets into the 7, and then the 7 gets clipped by another car out there, which on the left front there, and the corner panel. And my goodness, give it to the folks at the track crews who just spent close to 20 minutes cleaning up the mess from the last big one. And we just get one lap in after this restart, and we get another big one. And so the 21 into the 7, and the big domino effect here. The 21, Daniel Heinrich. 7, Justin Allgaier. Some others, 33, Brandon Jones. William Byron's number 9, another Camping World Truck Series driver now in the Xfinity Series. Daniel Suarez once again, and then Bubba Wallace Jr., the number 6. This would lead to yet another red flag, and then we get back to green finally. And then FS1 actually displayed a list of cars that were not involved in wrecks. I guess that list was shorter. But this one only took out 9 cars. An eventful season opener for sure. We go back to yellow at 5:19 p.m. Eastern, and in fact the yellow was flying as well as with the new green-white checkered flag to mark the end of Stage 1. So a crazy mess. Ending Stage 1 is basically what happened. The trucks had a little crazy night as well on Friday. Lap 34 now in Stage 2, back to green. Lap 34, 26 to go now in Stage 2 with a new race leader, Brandon Gowen, driver that 62. William Byron gets into second, Eric Almirola third, the 62-9 and the 90 into this restart. Elliott Sadler would drop down to 7th. William Byron takes the lead for a brief moment at lap 36 going into 37, but would drop down to 5th. Brandon Gowen retakes that lead with Elliott Sadler now in 2nd, Ryan Reed in 3rd, and note that Elliott Sadler was the winner of Stage 1. But the question would fly again the 5th time, and someone lost a tire out there. I believe it was the 78 car. It was the white and orange car. I think it was Clint King. I threw a question mark on there, but I think it was definitely an orange and white car. Double 5 mutating into 2 wides and 3 wides. We get back, so we go back to green, which I believe was lap 43. And then with the 62-1 and the 88 in the top 3 at lap 45, Brandon Gowen, Elliott Sadler, and Casey Kane, who gets back to the top. They're halfway through Stage 2. And then at lap 48, once again, Elliott Sadler back as the race leader. Then we get to lap 51 with William Byron's number 9 heads to pit road. The number 9 looked like it was down for the day. First, the engine was sputtered, but it turned out to be battery trouble, but he would come back out in the race a little bit later. And then we get to lap 52 with the 1, the 2, and the 3 up in the top 3. Elliott Sadler, Austin Dillon, and Ty Dillon. Austin Dillon the number 2, Ty Dillon the 3. And then lap 55, the last 5 laps of stage number 2. And then we get caution number 6. With the field back in lap 60 approaches. And then we get to this to the close of stage number 2, caution number 6, the 48. Gets loose, and then the right rear of that 48 connecting with the number 11, who is right behind him to his right, 48 Brandon Poole, 11 Blake Koch, and once again to the green-white checkered and the yellow flags flying, and Stage 2 ends under a caution. But Stage 2 winner would be driver Elliott Sadler. Who won Stage 1? Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I wrote it down. Oh, yeah. Elliott Sadler won Stage 1 and Stage 2. That was it. Right. So now we go back to green to start Stage 3. Ellis Elliott making a great... We got question number 7. Here it is, okay? Let's just go right to it. A piece of debris, tire, a piece from the 11 car, I think it was. This brings out the caution this time. William Byron gets back into the race at this moment, and then we have a race restart at lap 72. Austin Dillon, a cup driver, in the lead at the number 2 Chevrolet. Elliott Sadler second. Brandon Gowen third, the 2-162. But now inside that final 50 of the Xfinity Series opener with 48 to go. And now the 2 car making a fast break, but Elliott Sadler quickly creeps up alongside on that outside of that number 2. Sadler on his outside, however, was running third. Brandon Gowen, and Brandon Gowen was behind Austin Dillon running second. Okay, Sadler at lap 76 does move to take second, and now we got a nitty-gritty battle for the lead. But then we get caution number 8. The 19 gets loose and brings out caution number 8. 19 suffering from a cut tire. Driver here, Matt Tift, another Camping World Truck Series driver. The rear tire just came off. So we go back to the green at lap 82 with no lead changes. However, we got Ryan Reed in second and Brad Keselowski back up into third. And then quickly after this restart, we have a battle for the lead now between the 2 and the 22. Two Cup drivers now occupying row 1. And at lap 83, Keselowski becomes the new race leader with that Team Penske Ford leading the field now. Inside of the final 40, however, Austin Dillon would retake the lead at lap 87. Closing in on the start of the final 30, and this race that started under the Florida sun, now wrapping up under the stars. The number 2 and the number 1 back in the top 2 once again. Keselowski third, single file for the top 3, and believe it or not, after a long day at the track, we get to the last 20 at lap 100 with a serving of nitty gritty as we officially enter the no blink zone. Keselowski, the new leader, Austin Dillon right behind him, tailgate mania, but then drops down to third. So now Elliott Sadler tailgating Keselowski and then passes Keselowski to retake the lead. Keselowski down to second, Austin Dillon down to third with 19 to go. And Casey Kane scoots by now at the 88, and he's the new leader. And then we get another big one, and man, oh man, this gobbles up that number 1 Chevy. Lap 106, Elliott Sadler got contacted in the rear by Austin Dillon, and the field just disperses. Cars spinning all over the place. And then some other cars involved, the 16, 14, and the 52 as well. Ryan Reed, J.J. Elliott, and Joey Gaze. And then, this was the race that didn't want to end, ladies and gentlemen, if you was watching this one. And then we get, with 11 laps remaining, we go back to green for the 9th time. Casey Kane, the race leader now. Keselowski down in second. Ty Dillon running third, 88-22 in the 3. Keselowski, though, drops to third after the restart. Ty Dillon up to second. But at the start of the last 10, we got Casey Kane, Brandon Gowen, and Ryan Reed down the top 3. 88-62, and the 16, Keselowski down the 4th. Then Ryan Reed gets to the front. Would the checkered flag go to the Cup driver or an Xfinity driver? That was the question here as we get to lap 115, the final 5. Final 5, top 5. Casey Kane, Ty Dillon, Ryan Reed, Austin Dillon, and Brad Keselowski. Casey Kane, with 4 to go, gets sucked into a 3 wide, and Ryan Reed retakes the lead, and then the 07 gets loose on caution. The 07 gets loose. This brings out caution number 10. Let's see here. Yes, the 07 driver Ray Black Jr. spun after contact with Michael Annette's number 5. And now we have our first NASCAR overtime. The Spirit of Daytona did not want anyone leaving on Saturday. Overtime attempt number 1 at lap 122, and it was good. Ryan Reed, Keselowski, Austin Dillon, Ty Dillon, Casey Kane top 5. And this is the Super No Blink zone. Ty Dillon drops down to the apron, ran out of fuel. Then the 16 and the 2 in front, Reed and Dillon, the other Dillon, field successfully crosses that OT line. White flag flies at lap 123. 124 seals the deal. 16, 8 to 22 top 3 as the field makes its way to the finish line one more time. And here it is. Ryan Reed, driver of that 16 car, 16 Ford, winner of the Power Chance QQQ 300, and I gave him a post-race burnout rating of a big solid B. With an incident there was another big wreck over in the middle of the field as the front field was crossing the start-finish line. However, the incident was after the field crossed the OT line, so the race is now completed after 124 laps. Race info, 10 cautions, 7 lead changes, fastest lap 194.003 miles per hour, best lap 47.44 seconds. Alright, top 5 finishes, we got it right here. Ryan Reed for the win, Casey Kane comes in second, Austin Dillon third, Brad Keselowski comes in 4th, and then Brandon Gowen, he would finish in 5th. That's the 16, 88, 22, and the 62. And the 33 car, Brandon Jones, would come in 29th. We've got 40 cars here, but from 21st down to 20 cars didn't finish. Okay, we're going to have the full results later on, as we always do after we wrap up the race recaps. So there it is. Now on Saturday, there's a doubleheader.